Okay, well, we're live in England now, and as you can see, I'm with my friend who's very focused. Pay attention, there we are. Very focused on getting a piece of sausage. Can we see you? Oh, there you go. Here we are. Oh, you look very good. Very good. Okay, now we have to pay you off. It's a very British thing. There we are. Good. Okay, well, we're in the English countryside, and we're in Britain for the next 2 weeks, and we're going to be live streaming from here. That's a good boy. Very good. The topic, as you see, that we put down today is called Shoot for the Kill. And this has several different connotations, and I want to deal with two of them. First of all, we're here in England to do several things. I'm going to be giving a speech in Ireland on Thursday, which we're going to live stream from MojoCon, which is the Mobile Journalist Conference, Global Mobile Journalist Conference. And a lot of what I'm talking about today in the next couple of days are derivative from stuff I'm going to be talking about at MojoCon. So even if you don't get the whole speech, you'll get this. And then we're also doing training with BFBS, which is British Forces Broadcast Service. And we're going to be running a boot camp there starting the day after tomorrow, and we'll live stream from there also. All of this, of course, surrounds the use of iPhones, which is coming to very rapidly replace any other kind of video camera. The iPhone is so good, the video is so good, it also edits, it shoots, it does graphics, it does music, it does live streaming like we're doing now, and you have it with you all the time, that the transition from big heavy cameras or even small cameras, which we used to be so enamored with, to iPhones completely changes in some ways the architecture of television and video journalism. And the reason is that everybody has one of these things with them all the time. If you follow the news, and you probably do, you saw no doubt last week that Dr. David Dow was beaten to a bloody pulp on United Airlines, and now they're going to make some multi-million-dollar settlement with him, which is great for him. And then on the heels of that, there were 3 or 4 more airline things. Someone with a stroller was hit with a stroller. Yesterday, some guy on Delta, some pilot on Delta, smacked some woman in the face. The interesting thing about it is all of this stuff is being recorded on video because everybody has a video camera with them now. Now, I'm no expert in airlines, but I would guess that for years people getting thrown off of airlines or bumped off and not necessarily beaten to a pulp, but certainly egregious things were happening on airlines all the time, and nobody knew about them because nobody was videotaping them. But now, anytime anything happens, the cameras come out like that. The interesting thing to watch the David Dow thing was not just that one person was videotaping. There were 5 or 6 people who whipped their cameras out. And no matter what happens now, the slightest thing happens, people whip their cameras out. We are living in a world saturated with video. You can't do a thing without having it being recorded. That's an interesting transformation in the news business, which is what we're going to be talking about in Ireland. Because now suddenly we've gone from situations where local networks and stuff used to have 5 or 6 crews, and they basically sent them out to cover stories that had already been in the paper because you only got 5 crews. Everyone has to come back with a story. So there was never a risk. They always did very predictable things. Press conferences, crap that was set up, video events, murder. Rarely was there anything actually happening for real. So now we've gone from a situation in which 4 networks had, a bunch of cameras to a situation in which actually worldwide there are actually 3.8 billion cameras in play all the time. That means anything that happens anytime is being videotaped and released for the world to see. When Lisa and I flew here to England yesterday, we noticed that everyone on the plane was extremely nice. So the TSA people were extremely nice. And I think there's a certain cognizance that people are videotaping all the time. This may be a terrible thing because there's no such thing as privacy anymore and everything is going to record it. But from the point of view of the news business, here's an interesting thing to think about. People on the United plane turned on their video cameras because they were outraged at what was happening to Dr. Dow. And so they wanted to record it and share it with the world because they were outraged, which is great. But you'd always get somebody having the crap beat out of them on United Airlines all the time before you start recording. The fact is, there's stuff going on all over the world all the time that outrages people or should outrage people, whether it's child labor or whether it's domestic abuse or whether it's the fact that the sewer system in my neighborhood is not being fixed or the fact the traffic light is out. There's a million big and small things which can cause outrage. This is really the basis of what journalism is all about, or was supposed to be all about, before it was put in the hands of major corporations who only did rapes, murders, and fires to tell you that that was the news. The fact is now that everybody has a camera, everybody has the right and the responsibility to be an active participant in this kind of general matrix of what news and journalism is all about. So if you're outraged that the guy next to you in United Airlines is having the crap beat out of him and you record that with your camera and share it with the world, that's great. If you're outraged at the fact that there's child labor going on in India and you want to record that with your video camera, go do it. If you're outraged with the fact that there are refugees who are being badly treated in Germany or Hungary or New Jersey, wherever you are, and you want to shoot that with your video camera, that's great. Go record that too. If no matter what you feel like is outraging you, you don't have to wait for the tornado to hit your trailer home, and you don't have to wait for United Airlines and police to go beat the crap out of the guy sitting next to you. The fact is that you have in your pocket all the time, and I have right here on this tripod, a fantastic journalistic tool that is now in your hands. And this is the nature, this remarkable transformation in terms of how we view the world of news and journalism. Up until now, the world of news and journalism, what we felt is important, what we thought we should discuss and focus on as a culture, was in the hands of ABC, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, a bunch of people who got paid a couple of $1 million each to decide what you should see. The reason for that was the technology was so expensive and so complicated and so vast and so difficult that there was a barrier to entry, that they decided what the rest of the world would talk about. They decided what the rest of the world would find important. That is no longer the case. You have the power now to set the agenda, no matter what that agenda is, and to bring your own personal issues to the world in terms of video. That's a remarkable thing. That is a seminal transformation in the way the world of news and information and journalism have worked for the last 300 or 400 years. Well, there has been a world of journalism. Before that, it was just what the king wanted. Nobody really had a choice. So we've gone from one person, the king or the church, having an opinion, to a bunch of newspapers, to a bunch of television networks. Now, for the very first time, anybody can participate. And the whole point of this is that you don't have to wait for somebody to get smacked in the face with on a United Airlines plane, or you don't have to wait for the police to go and, shoot somebody and happen to be that, we'll call that accidental, unfortunate, but accidental journalism. The fact is we can take this power that we've had to record police violence when it happens, or to record airline violence when it happens. We can take this power and we can turn it around and we can become proactive. We can take this tool that we have and we can use it to tell stories that we want to tell, not that they want us to hear. This is a complete reversal in the way that news and journalism and information in this country and in the world has worked until now. From now on, we are in control. It's a remarkable moment of transformation. We are in control, and we, the people, that can set the agenda. It's the democratization of journalism, democratization of information, people talk about the media elites. Well, the way to break the media elites is not to elect some authoritarian who tells you how terrible the elites are. The way to break the media elites is for all of us to become proactive members of the media, and that's what I am recommending. I'm also here in this very pleasant English garden. It's not so bad here. So we're having a good time. Wally, do you want to say, Webby, do you want to say goodbye? Come here. Come on. Say hello. Well, say goodbye. There you go. Say goodbye. Bye. Okay, very good. All right. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have a lot more to talk about. And the day after tomorrow, we're going to go live from BFBS, British Forces Broadcast Service, where we're taking them into the world of iPhone video. Talk to you later.